Queen Naomi in disbelief as Ooni of Ife suspended two elders. They said there are two male and the one female elderly people in that palace who manipulated her out of the palace with juju. According to the information, they said that day that Queen Naomi left the palace and went on her Instagram handle to write whatever it is that she wrote there, that she didn't do it with her normal eyes. But the fact remains that that is not exactly what they wanted to do. But you know that God works in mysterious ways sometimes, you know. I don't know if you have been following this trend very well. Sometime last week, I last 2 weeks, there's this certain man. They said the man came back from Canada. He was one of the major speakers, as in, he's an elder that have too much prestige in that palace. They say they are the kingmakers and they say what happens in the kingdom. The man have been sick for some time now, for over a year, and they say he have been sick, and his children took him to Canada to see if they are going to, you know, cure him and all of that. But he came back, it wasn't that okay, but they said he managed to come back. Then when he came back to Ile-Ife kingdom, they told him that an arrangement has been finalized that the wives of the king will go and get a house outside and live, while Queen Naomi will return back to the palace with Prince Tadenikawo. They said the man said that that is never going to happen, that they have to revisit that decision and all of that. They said the man started fighting that decision that the elders have concluded, you know. While he was on it, they said the man fall sick again. The sickness become worse, as in it became worse more than what it was before. And while they were still carrying him from one place to another, from spiritualist to herbalist, from herbalist to baba, and they said there's no place that they have never taken the man to see if he will be better. And on each occasion, they will tell him that there is this prophetess that she worked against and she did something to, that unless that person forgives her, you know, unless she confess to the prophetess and she forgives and pray for her, and pray for him, sorry, that he can never be well again. And they said the thing was like that. Sometime last week we heard that he came to Ooni of Ife, begging the king to please talk to Queen Naomi, that he would want to speak with Queen Naomi and apologize to Queen Naomi for all that he have done to her and all of that. But the king didn't understand it. The king maybe thought that, you know, maybe because of what he said, that the decision of the kingsmakers will be revisited and all of that. The king never knew that there was something deep, you know. And some people said Queen Naomi, that he was able to meet with Queen Naomi, while some other said that Queen Naomi declined seeing the man, you know. Now, they said the situation was getting worse. The man was about to die. The situation was getting worse by the day, you know. And they said another prophecy now landed, saying that there are three people that used charm that day to manipulate the Queen Naomi. And these three people happens to be that man that is very sick, his brother, and another woman inside that palace. You know, most of the times I'll be telling you that the reason some people are fighting Queen Naomi in that palace is not because she have done anything to them, but just because her prayers are making their own incantation not to be effective, and all the manipulations. Maybe they wanted to be manipulating everybody in the palace and including the king. But Queen Naomi was intervening. Queen Naomi was standing in the gap. And that is why they gang up against her. And according to the information, they said their mission is to make Queen Naomi to give Ooni of Ife total embarrassment, public embarrassment, as in publicly let her embarrass the king, such that the people of Ile-Ife kingdom will be the ones to send her out of the kingdom, you know, in a very disgraceful manner. That she went to online to do this, that is not exactly what they planned. That they planned something more embarrassing and disgracing, you know, coming from Queen Naomi to Ooni of Ife, because they know how much they love themselves, and if they have gotten it the way they wanted it, that all the stories won't be going on, that the Ife kingdom would disgracefully send Queen Naomi out of the palace. But she did it the way she did it. You know, God knows the best. God wants to use this opportunity to teach a lot of people lessons. Now they said, when another prophecy came to these people, it was that the new prophecy was, if the man dies on that sickness, with that sickness, that the sickness is going to come to the brother, and after which it will extend, as in it is going to become a family problem if they did not confess why this other person is still alive. You know, and that was why they said the brother to that man that was down with illness, it was the brother now who came to the palace to confess to the king. This time, because Queen Naomi have declined, she have decided that she's not going to see them and all of that. They said that the man now decided to confess to the king, because he believed that if he confessed to the king, that the king might pass the message to Queen Naomi and all of that. And the main reason why he came for this confession is not because he feels sorry, but because of that prophecy that if his brother dies with the sickness is going to be transferred to him, and from him to their families and all of that. That is the main reason why he came to confess, you know. And they said after the confession, and these two people are two people that holds a very big post in this kingdom, from what we are hearing, you know. They said after that confession, the king could not believe his ears. He couldn't believe it. In as much as Queen Naomi was having issues with the husband about women thing in the palace, but they said it hasn't gotten to that. That day that she left the palace, she wasn't herself. She doesn't even know what she was doing. They were just manipulating her. And a lot of people are saying, why would people manipulate a prophetess like that? Let me tell you, when someone is emotionally down, no matter who you are, as long as you are not God, it will be very difficult for you to pray. And we do know that without prayers, your enemies will get to you. So I believe the reason she is still alive and still winning at this point is because she is praying. And a lot of people have been praying for her too. But at that point, they said she was emotionally down. That was why they were able to manipulate her. After all, people also manipulate the children of God, but God will also do what makes him God at the end of everything. Anyways, guys, I want to remind you that they're all alleged information, okay? Always bear that in mind. They're all alleged. I do not live in the palace of Ife kingdom. Please help me share, okay? And subscribe to my channel if you're yet to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. My God will bless you. Bye. I love you guys.